So I was asked to do this particular funeral, and it happened to be at Whitmire Cemetery. You know where Whitmire Cemetery is? I don't know if you know where that's at. In Escambia County, Pensacola.
Mm-mm.
And it is the cemetery where everything that happens in there. It's all kinds of crazy things going on. And supposedly it's dead people in there. But
I was just about to say, aren't they
there's
dead?
a lot of activity in this particular graveyard, right? So I was asked, it was on a hot Florida day, and for some reason, I didn't hear the Lord, but some voice told me, wear boots. Wear boots. Wear boots, right? So I thought, why not put warm muffins on your feet when you're going out at 110 degrees weather?
Did you also wear a coat too?
No, I didn't. I don't think I wore a coat. And I was getting that fight. So anyway, so I'm here. It's hot, and we're gonna do this funeral. It's like 110 degrees. 110 degrees. So family members and people are gathering around this particular grave. Where we're about to have this cemetery. I was grave in the cemetery. This funeral in the cemetery, and all of a sudden, not only is it hot, not only are you sweating, not only is it Whitmire, but mosquitoes start flying around. Like evil, huge mosquitoes just flying all over the place. So you're like sweating and swatting all this stuff going on. And so somebody so kindly gave me mosquito propellant, but it was a different kind of propellant. I've never seen this before. But it's like a wet wipe or something, and it had like mosquito propellant stuff on it. So I immediately began to say, thank you so much, right? So I began to just wipe anything I could with this mosquito propellant. But what she failed to tell me is the propellant is made out of Elmer's glue. I mean, literally, my Bible was stuck to my hand. There was footprints. There were fingerprints everywhere all over this thing. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm hot. There's mosquitoes. I'm wearing boots in 110 degrees, and now I'm covered with Elmer's glue. My Bible sticking to me, and so all of a sudden we begin to start doing the funeral, and all of a sudden this one particular lady looks at me, and I asked her permission to share this, and she had recently had a stroke, and so her speech is not that clear, and
Right.
so she looks over at me and she said, the demon, something like that, right? It's just like I heard the word demon, right, or something of that nature, and I went, "Oh, she's not well." You're thinking compassion, like, "Oh, she's just having issues from the stroke."
Right.
And so then I went about, going about what we're about to do, and then I looked up past her, and guess what? There was literally somebody who looked like they came out of a grave. She was like just wiry. She had long gray hair that went down like her maybe her ankles or something, and she's charging at us. I'm like, can it get any worse? Can it get any worse? And she just starts just yelling these things at a funeral. She's just yelling this stuff out. I'm like, what grave did you come out of, right? I'm like, should I bind it
Are we
now?
in the right place right now?
I would cast it out, but I was in Whitmire. No telling what would happen if I cast that thing out, right? It was like, boom. And so she's just like saying, you took my grave, or something like that. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, she didn't have a stroke. She was serious. She was identifying a problem.
Just trying to
Right?
get out.
It was right. And so I'm like sticking to everything, right? And Donna came up close to me, so I kind of went, boop, stuck my hand on her back. She couldn't go nowhere. And I had never been to such a miserable funeral in all my life. When I think about it, think about this. This is Whitmire Cemetery, man. It just seemed like so spooky. And what's going on? Like people were coming out of their graves.
What's behind me? There's something behind me. I can feel it. What's behind me?
There was a whole bunch of stuff behind me, man. There was I could not believe what was going on. But I know that, we came to the conclusion, and, and I was greeting everybody and loving everybody. It's a very difficult time, especially when somebody's cussing you out when you're trying to bury a kinfolk. And so I hugged everybody, and I looked at Donna. I said, Donna, I'm getting a word from the Lord. And she says, what? I said, truck and air conditioner now. And I looked, and they were leaning in to hear what the word I was getting. Like, oh, great. Now they think I'm leaving them because of that. But that was crazy, man. Can you believe that? It's like, oh my God. It was so hot. I literally almost had to it was hot. I literally had to cool off in the truck every way possible. A lot of people want to abide with the Lord, but they just don't have a plan to do it. You can request that plan today at iabide.org. Thank you for watching the Greg Lancaster Show. Don't forget to follow us, like us, and subscribe. Go to our YouTube channels, Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, Parler, Spotify, iTunes. Download our app, even on Getter. Go to the Apple Store and rate us. When you rate us, more people will get the broadcast. That's how this whole logarithm thing works. And thank you for watching the Greg Lancaster Show.